Ready. Hi, my name is Juan Salazar, and I'm the editor of Dataconomy.com. I'm sitting here now with Pierre Gutierrez, senior data scientist at Dataiku. Is that how you say it? Dataiku?
Yeah,
Okay, perfect. What are you presenting at Data Natives, Pierre?
So tomorrow I'm presenting something around IoT and machine learning and how you can combine the two to help early diagnose for epilepsy or detect people falling in house, elderly people, so that you can act more fast on helping these people.
What inspired you to give this presentation or to do this use case, I guess?
At Dataiku, we have like a bunch of different use cases, but one of them that I like is really about healthcare. And we use a lot of IoT data in order to, really help people and make the most out of data for the common good,
Yeah, that's really interesting. Also, tying up a little bit with a question that I wanted to ask is, why do you think data, in general, but also in businesses and in policy and government, is so important right now at this day and age?
Yeah, so my point of view is that it always has been important in the way that you cannot evaluate something if you don't measure it. The only thing that is changed now is that we have the ability to do so.
Yeah.
So now that we are effectively measuring things, we can go beyond just evaluate and try to be proactive with the data.
Definitely.
And one of the useful application is healthcare, of course.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, it's a very cliched or general thing, but making data-driven decisions is sort of the best way to make decisions. It's informed decisions.
Yes,
I guess. Well, you already mentioned this use case from Dataiku, but what kind of work do you specifically do there, and is there any specific part of your job that you really love?
So basically at Dataiku, what we do is we try to edit the best software platform for data scientists and data analysts. And so as a data scientist at Dataiku, what I do is I go to all different clients, help them work with our software and develop their first use cases.
Okay.
The cool thing about this job is that I change a lot of different applications, and I can still learn in every day because I change a lot. So I did some predictive maintenance, smart cities, churn prediction, fraud detection, and so on. Like the use case, it just changed a lot.
So that's really cool that you get to change.
Cool.
It's almost like doing a different job every time, I guess. It's having a new job, I guess.
Yeah, it's always like consolidating my knowledge of data science and like keep on learning every day, which is what I signed up for, basically.
How long have you been working within data science?
So I've been working at Dataiku for 3 years, but before that I did several internships and jobs in finance, in sales prediction, and in research in machine learning for cancer detection. So it's been like around 5 years.
Wow, okay. Good that after you mentioned that you get to work with very different things while working at Dataiku, and also mentioning that you have already some years of experience working at data science. Which applications of data science do you think are taking the center stage in the near future? Or which ones would you personally like to see people be more excited about and work with?
Yeah, so one thing that I would really like to see is the interaction between man and machine. And for example, in gaming, I think that the data of people interacting with the game is super interesting. And in the same kind of idea, you have everything about education.
Yeah.
How people can learn better if we tailor an algorithm to make them learn and really focus on what they did not understand instead of doing some general course or class for everyone.
Just a standard that
because that doesn't make any sense anymore, with the MOOC and everything online.
Yeah, you can really tailor like your own personal education, so it does not make sense that you have to go to school and have a standard, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. I had never thought about how interesting gaming data can be. When you mentioned it, I just thought maybe like Twitch must have really great data,
probably, but like every kind of game, if you think about like StarCraft stuff or very simpler games, you really have like data that make you understand how the human mind can work.
Okay.
Because you really have this interaction with the man and the machine.
Yeah, I was thinking more the data that the Twitch might have, for example, of just engagement of people watching other people play and people seeing what people like and how do they react to certain things. I think it's actually very cool. I hadn't thought about it. What do you think, now that you've had experience on it and you work on it every day, what do you think makes an outstanding data scientist? Do you think that there is some sort of skill set that everyone should have or everyone should learn?
Yeah, so apart from the obvious skill sets such as math, coding, and so on, one skill set that I think miss sometimes is the general view of the project and how to model this properly and how to evaluate everything properly.
Okay.
Mistake that you can see from time to time is people doing fraud prediction or churn prediction, and they just forget to evaluate things based on time. They just do a random split, which does not make any sense. And when they actually put the model into production, the results are not what they expect because they didn't model the whole flow in an efficient way.
Okay,
so that's one of the thing I think is very important, is to really design it before actually coding it.
So knowing how to manage a data science project rather than just having the basic hard skills like a programming language or... Yeah,
so not manage, but design the flow.
Okay.
Like, spend time actually on a blackboard and say, okay, I want to do this, I want to evaluate this way, and I'm going to use this kind of data in order to make it work.
A priori instead of afterwards, sort of, or during.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then one last question would be, why did you decide to join Data Natives, and is there any specific talk or panel or trend that you're looking forward to?
Yes, so basically we were here with my company last year. The conference was great, there was great talks, so we decided to come here again. The talks are great, the people I meet here are very exciting, and I think there is the right mix between business people and tech people, which really make the conversation interesting.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you.